Hello everybody, Elias5891 here with a requested KTANE module tutorial. I know we already have one, but I did have a couple of people want me to give my take on Lightspeed, so that is what we're doing this time. So this is a Lightspeed module. It's based on Star Trek, obviously. With this module, as the diffuser, this one can be done kind of interactively or kind of dump everything on the expert. I prefer kind of a hybrid approach, so I'm going to go over it the way I prefer to do it. I prefer to have people do it with me. This first screen here, kind of your home screen, you'll come to this screen after you exit out of any of these little subsections. And the expert will need everything from this section. So we will need the Stardate, 65782.5. We will need the 3 charts there. Antimatter's at 51%, dilithium is at 63%, and shields are at 36%. We will also need the bomb info. We have 5 and 3, lit, unlit, and a serial number we don't care about. All we need is lits, unlits, battery counts, and number of plates, so we'll condense the information we have to just that. Alright, we've got this. What do we have? Well, we have a start date, 5 digits plus a sub start date. That'll become important later. We have this manual. First, we need to determine what quadrant we're in. This is the part I haven't yet read out from the module. Based on this little grid here, we need to give the symbol in the center, the color of the symbol in the center, and which direction it's facing. Now, if you're as a diffuser wanting to help out your expert a little bit, they have them numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. So starting up here in the northwest and going clockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this case, I would tell my expert, alright, that's the information I have. I have an orange bullseye on section 4.
Emergency cleared. All personnel, please
first off, they need to figure out which galaxy we're in. Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Delta. Which quadrant? Well, we have the bullseye in orange, and these are the 4 quadrants in that direction I specified, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're in the 4th one, so we need the 4th letter. That's a G for Gamma. You will have to forgive the module. This is around Halloween time, and I do the factory mode now for the thing, but I'm using current build, which has some Halloween events, so zoom this out a little bit so we can see a little better. So we know we're in the Gamma quadrant, because orange bullseye, 4th location, G for Gamma. First thing we need to do is determine the warp speed. I'll go ahead and open that up as the diffuser. The warp speed. If we're in the Alpha quadrant, we're going to reduce by 2 at the end. We're going to go 3rd fastest. Otherwise, we're going to go fast as we can. The highest speed we can do, for starters, we're going to take the antimatter we have. Every 10% is 1 warp. We have 51%, so that's warp 5. I'm just going to put this here as a reminder. If we're not in the Delta quadrant, which we aren't, then we're going to drop it by 1 for every 25% of the shields that have been lost. So anything above 75 is fine. At 75 we lose 1 warp. At 50 we lose a 2nd warp. At 25 we lose a 3rd warp. We're at 36, so we lose the first 2 25s. So we're going to reduce that by 2. If we're in the Delta quadrant, we're going to go down by every 15% instead of every 25. We also have minimum warp 1, but we're fine, we're at warp 3. So, as the expert, we'll actually kind of work on this on our own. We'll be like, okay, 51% is 5, minus, shields are down 25%, and another 25%, so minus 2 is 3, warp 3. Diffuser's going to go warp speed, warp 3.
Input received.
Priming it. Now we're going to our destination. This is the first part where, depending on if you want to do this interactively or not, this will change significantly. The diffuser, will have 12 planets here to choose from. Quite a selection. Of them, 3 will be from the Alpha quadrant, 3 from the Beta, 3 from the Delta, 3 from the Gamma. The expert is going to look at the ones that we pick, and let's say this is 1 Brax, and we're going to see if we have enough dilithium to get there. We're at 63, so in this case we couldn't. And we're going to go as far out as we can, so long as we have the energy in the correct quadrant. Some people just read off all 12. I prefer to have the diffuser read off the 12 one at a time. Let me say next, and I'll just mark which one I want to keep on. I'm going to keep in my head that I need 3 gamma choices. There's always 3. And of course we have another interaction event that we're going to have to set out for a second. KTANE Prime. KTANE Prime is Delta. We don't care about that one, so we'll go to the next one after the bomb stops having a fit. Eridon Prime. Beta. We don't care. Next. Caledon 7. This is Gamma. It's 13, so we can reach it. So we'll keep this one in mind. Next. Talax. Delta. Next. Quonos. Beta. Next. Vulcan. Beta. Next. Vandross 4. That's Gamma, so we'll mark it. It's 2. Next. Ferocity Prime. Alpha. Next. Sol 3. Alpha. Next. Ryza. Alpha. Next. Scovar 6. That's Gamma. So that's my 3. Of these 3, which can I actually reach? I can't reach Scovar. 73. I only have 63. So Vandross is my furthest one. Go to Vandross. Notice I only got to skip one that time. You usually don't get to skip a lot, but you can skip a couple and not have to jot down all of
Input
them
received.
as you go. So that's how I prefer to do that. Next, ranking officers. You'll always have 2 crewmen, 2 ensigns, lieutenant, lieutenant commander, commander, captain. We are going to pick the lowest rank officer who is available on the sub-star date. Remember, we are on 0.5. Somebody who's got a 5 in this column. And who can go to that type of planet. We said we were doing Vandross. Vandross is a type K planet. So if somebody is forbidden from going to type K, which nobody is, then we would have to assign someone else. That is not one of our worries. So our only worry is that they're available on Stardate sub-Stardate 5. So start going through the crewmen. Let's see who fits. Tefler is only available on 1. Next, Mackenzie. 7. Next, Kaplan. 5 and 8. Oh, 5. He's not banned from K's. That's the one.
Input received.
He is an ensign. We will remember that. Last up, we need the decryption code. To do the decryption code, we're going to get a 4-digit number. If we error on this stage, instead of putting it in here and erroring when we check out, it'll immediately strike us like that. If we do typo, we can just put in an extra number and it'll restart the sequence. So let's figure out what our sequence should actually be. And side note, once we do, well, we'll get to that. The encryption code. First digit is full start date. That's a 6. The second digit is the sum of the next 4 digits, mod 10. 5 plus 7 plus 8 plus 2 is 22. Mod 10 is 2. The third digit is the sum of the sub-star date, 5, plus the number of lit indicators, that's 1, makes 6. Plus port plates, none, leaves us at 6. And the last one uses this table. How many batteries did we have? 4 to 7. What rank did we use? We used an ensign. What quadrant are we in? We're in the gamma, that's G. So the 4th digit is 0. 6260. Notice data is encrypted. No, that's correct because this kind of gets scrambled. If we punch it back in, we can decode it. Assuming this is the last step you do, there's no reason to ever decode it because the next step is just submitting your answer. Which, let's do.
Input received.
If you get them right, there's no reason to ever have to decrypt. And that completes it. Now you will notice here we have this activate auto destruct sequence. When you hit that, you start a timer that's going to detonate the bomb. Never hit the button. It's kind of a little Easter egg, but it's not something that's ever useful. Let's do one more, kind of normally. We'll do edge work as we need it. Stardate 75680.4. Antimatter is at 46%, dilithium at 57%, shields at 47%. We have a yellow coffee stain, yellow bullseye in section 2. Yellow bullseye, section 2, that's delta quadrant. That's an interesting one. First off, warp speed. We're not in the alpha, so we're going to go as fast as possible. That's antimatter. Every 10 antimatter gives me a warp. That would be 4. But then we're going to drop, since we're in the delta quadrant, for every 15% we lost. If we lose 15%, that would put us at 85. 2 would put us at 70. 3 would put us at 55. 4 would put us at 40. We're not that down, so we're missing 53%. Divide by 15 is 3 with a remainder. So we're going to lose 3 speed because of our shields. That gives us a speed of warp 1. What can you do? Sometimes you go slow.
Input received.
Now let's check our destinations. Again, we're only looking for delta. We're only looking for things with a dilithium of 57 or higher. Okay. So, Kiana is delta, 19. So we'll look at it. Next. Chronos, beta, nope. Eridon Prime, beta, nope. Ferocity Prime, alpha, no. Caledonian, gamma, no. Dosa 4, or Dosa 2 rather. Gamma, no. Vulcan beta, no. Talos 5, or Talos 4, alpha, no. Brax, gamma, no. Sol, alpha, no. Talix, delta. 46%, that's actually a better response than Kiana. Lidos, delta, 70. 70 is too much, but that's our third one, so we want Talax as our destination.
Input received.
This is an M-class planet. M-class planet is another one that nobody's barred from. So our only restriction is that substar date 4. So, ranking officers, who do we got? Darwin, he can only go on 9. Nope. Tefler, on a 1. Nope. Young, 7 or 0. Nope. Kaplan, 5 or 8. Nope. We're going to try to get through this bomb shaking. Barkley, 2, 3, 5, 6. Skips the 4 still. Nope. Go to Lieutenant Commander Cavett. 2, 4, 4. Here's a 4. We got somebody. Cavett's going.
Input received.
Next, let's encrypt the data. First digit is the first digit of the Stargate. Stardate, that's a 7. Second digit is the sum of the next 4. 5 and 6 is 11. 8 is 19. Modulo 10 is 9. Third is substardate, 4. Plus lit indicators, I have 1. That makes 5. Plus port plates, 2 makes 7. And last up, the chart. 3 batteries. We used Lieutenant Commander or lower. We're in the Delta Quadrant. 1, 7, 9, 7, 1. Encrypt and engage.
Input received.
And we wait. Takes about 7 seconds. And we're done with another one.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
Now let's kind of screw this one up on purpose. 52014.3, antimatter is 71, dilithium is only 40, and shields are 33%. Pitiful. We have the yellow coffee stain in spot 2 again, so we're again staying in the Delta Quadrant. Let's say, let's go through it and take a look. Warp speed, antimatter is at 71, that's 7. Shields, we're missing 67%, that is 4 15%. And some change, which gave us warp 3. Let's error there.
Input received.
Warp 2. Should be warp 3, but let's put in warp 2. Destinations. Remember, our dilithium is only 40, and we're in the Delta Quadrant. T. Argonians Gamma, no. Bajor. Alpha, no. Ferocity. Alpha, no. Vulcan. Beta, no. Vandross, Gamma, no. Romulus, Beta, no. Sol, Alpha, no. Iconia, Beta, no. Kiana Prime, Delta, it is Delta. And I didn't do this before, but I actually like telling my person to go ahead and punch this one in and then continue. That way we don't have to go searching for it a second time if it's not the final one. So we'll punch it in because it's
Input
target.
received.
It's possible, but we'll keep going in case we find better. Talax is our second Delta choice, but he's a 46. That's too high. So we can't use Talax. Too high. And it occurs to me that this is slightly cut off screen. Let me squeeze this back down a little more. Talax, Delta. Too much. So keep going. Colonian 7. That's Gamma. Next. Dryan 2. That's the other Delta. 84. Can't get to that either. Alright, we're going to Kiana. Keep it. Ranking Officer. Start with the crewman. This is an H-class planet. H actually does bar some people, so let's keep that in mind as well. H-class. So we're looking for 3 who's not forbidden from an H-class. Who do we got? Tefler. Looking for a 3. Nope. Sutter. It's a 2. Nope. Young. Nope. Jetta. Jetol. No. Tuvok. No. Oh my gosh. LaForge. No. Commander Chakotay. No. It just leaves Captain. Captain Picard. Any and no restrictions. There's only 2 captains on this list. That would be Janeway and Picard, and neither of them have any restrictions. Picard's going.
Received.
Let's encrypt the data. Batteries, 0. We are taking the captain, that's commander or higher, in the Delta Quadrant. It's 3 for that digit. First digit is the 5. Second digit, 2014, makes 7. Third digit is the 3, plus the lits. That's going to give us 4. Plus the plates, 5, 6, 7, and 3 according to that chart. Let's encrypt it. Let's engage.
Received.
Now keep in mind, we screwed up the warp. It should have been warp 3, and we put warp 2.
Link cancelled.
So we get a
Resuming
strike.
local operations.
Now, we can't change this either. It strikes because our data is still encrypted. So, remember how I said you won't need to decrypt if you're right? You do need to decrypt if you're wrong, because you have to fix it. What was the code we used? 5773? Now we can change our warp to warp 3.
Input received.
Also, don't engage
Input
without
received.
encrypted data, because this will also strike us, but you're not going to realize it till you get to the end. Maybe you're like, oh wait, that's not messed up.
Link
Let's
cancelled.
disengage.
Resuming local operations.
Now we can encrypt it. 5773. Now we
Input
engage.
received.
Put it down, let's do one more. We're going to zoom through this one. We're going to do a quick little explanation, just doing. Stardate 65538.8, antimatter 44, dilithium 83, shields 40. Symbol is an orange vortex in section 1. Orange vortex section 1, that's the beta quadrant. You don't need to tell the diffuser that. Maximum warp at 40 antimatter, that's 4. Shields are down 60%, that's 2 50s. Warp 2. Destinations.
Input received.
Okay, we're looking for destinations in the beta quadrant this time. Rigel. Click it, continue.
Input
Notice
received.
Rigel is in the beta quadrant. We can reach it. It's 50, that's under 83. But we're not going to say we're done. We're going to keep looking. Rigel's an option. Next. Punch it next. Verasi Prime. Alpha. Next. Ilridia. Delta. Next. Colonian 7. Gamma. Next. Polaris 9. Alpha. Next. Kiana Prime. Delta. Next. Vulcan. That's beta. It's 13, but it doesn't beat the 50 I already have. Next. Notice that's 2 betas. Batris. That's Gamma. Next, Dryan 2, Delta. Next, Sol 3, Alpha. Next, Dosa 2, Gamma. Next, Iconia. There's my other beta. It's 21. That doesn't beat my 50 either. We're sticking with Rigel. Give me officer choices. Notice we have K class. K is not banned. So we're just looking for Stargate availability on point 8. Tefler. Tefler's a 1. Next, Lang.
Emergency
Lang's a
cleared.
4.
All personnel,
Next,
please return to your stations.
Kaplan. Kaplan 5 or 8. Assign him.
Input received.
Moving on. Encrypting the data. First digit's first digit. 5. That's not a 5, that's a 6. First digit, 6. Next digit is the sum of the next 4. Mod 10. It's 21 mod 10 is 1. Next up is 8. Plus the number of lit indicators 0. Plus port plates 1. It's 9. Last up, number of batteries. Plus rank. Plus quadrant. Same as the first digit. 6 again.
Command
Input
Engage.
received.
That gets us through 1.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
We'll do one more. Follow along with me. I'm not going to blank the screen because I'm going to have to go back and forth a lot because I do this interactively. Do take note, we have 4 batteries and 2 port plates. Stardate is 56516.6. Antimatter is at 90, dilithium at 47, shields at 34. We are in purple bullseye, section 3. Purple bullseye, section 3. I'll tell you that's the gamma quadrant. See what you get for warp speed. Should have gotten warp 7. Antimatter's 90, that's 9. Minus shields are down by 50, that's 2.
Input received.
That was oddly timed. That was a Halloween effect. That was not actual strikes. You'll notice I have no strikes up here. Destinations, we're in Gamma, remember. Dilithium maxed out at 47. Kiana. Vulcan. Iconia. Batris. Rakosa. Malachor. Rigel. Colonian. 7. Verasi Prime. Illyria. Sol 3. Skovar 6. Should have gotten Colonian 7 as the answer. The other 2 gamma choices were both much too high. It was what, Skovar, which is a 73, that's higher than our 47. And what was the other one? Iconia? No, that's beta.
Emergency cleared.
Batris,
All
which was
personnel,
56, and just a
please
little
return to
over.
your stations.
So we're doing Colonian.
Input received.
H-class planet. So no H's, we need a 6 availability. As a shortcut, the number of digits they have here is based on their rank. All of the crewmen, for example, only have 1 digit. All of the ensigns have 2 digits, and so on. So, for example, on this, since I know I'm going to look for crewman first, my last digit's a 6. Do I have any single 6s? I don't. So I can tell the diffuser to skip the crewman. Ensigns, those would be people with 2 numbers. Do I have any with a 6? Actually, I do. I have Jetta. If I have Jetal as a ensign, we can use him. Nope. Alright, give me Lieutenant Ensign. Lieutenant Paris, can't use a 6. Nope. Geordie LaForge, can use a 6. No planet restrictions. Use him.
Input received.
Data encryption, we're doing 5. 6 plus 5 plus 1 plus 6 is 11, 12, 18. 8. Third digit is 6 plus 2 makes 8. Fourth digit, using this chart, 4, we had Lieutenant Commander in the Gamma Quadrant. That's a 6. And we'll engage.
Input received.
The engaging and waiting is one of the worst parts because it feels like it takes a lot longer than it really does. But anyway, that is how we do
All available
light cycle,
experts, please report
light
to
cycle,
room
light
A9.
speed. Just full of mispronunciations today. That's going to wrap this one up. If you have any questions on this one, this is kind of a weird one. Actually I have to do this. Everything's pretty much full. Let's see what we can get. 58552.9. I'm just intrigued by this particular problem. Orange Vortex 1. Orange Vortex 1, that's the beta quadrant. We're going to go warp 9 in that sucker. Maximum
Input
warp.
received.
Shields are not lost any. Dilithium, we can take up to 98. So we're looking for, of the 3 betas, which is the furthest. Vulcan is an option at 13. So we'll hit Vulcan. Keep
Input
looking.
received.
Gaia's Gamma, Andor is a second beta, and higher. Let's try it.
Input received.
Vicosa is Delta. Gaylor is Alpha. Okampa is Delta. Cardassia is Alpha. Kiana is Delta. Eridon is Beta, 34. 34 does not beat my 56. We're staying with Andor. It is a Y-class planet. So we need somebody who can handle a Y-class planet on date 9. Is that Sutter? No. Tefler? No. Kaplan? No. Young? No. Paris? He has a 9, but he's barred from Y-class planets, and we have a Y-class planet, so we have to skip him. First time that's become relevant. Brownfield also has a 9 and no planet restrictions, so we'll go with Brownfield.
Input received.
And encrypting the data, we have 5, 0, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then
Emergency cleared.
1 battery,
All personnel, please return to your
Lieutenant
station.
Commander lower, Beta 7. And like I
Input
say,
received.
that took me 2 minutes, still taking some time to explain some things and highlight, which I don't normally do. So while this is a semi-lengthy module, it's not one of the worst. Definitely be a lot more inconvenient. You might hear in front of the various tunes playing in the background that when you do beat this stage, you do hear a starship engaging in warp.
All
Let's put
available
this sucker
experts,
down.
please
I would
report to room
illustrate
A9.
the self-destruct, which
Auto-destruct sequence activated.
does also give you a timer to disengage it. I'm not going to let that engage
Auto-destruct sequence.
because I'm in Zen mode, and Zen mode goes a little haywire when you try to give it an infinite number of strikes till it explodes, and you have an infinite number of strikes to give. So trust me when I say don't do that unless you just want to see what it does. It never helps. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. Go ahead and go back to the office. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or suggestions, leave them down below as always. And until next time, guys, this has been Elias. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Don't explode. Bye now.